Previously on Our Curious Georgia.
So cute that it will be good.
It makes you miss some things from home, or it makes you wish you had some things at home. So there's no stoves in the kitchen or ovens in the kitchen. Is Georgia and just everybody wanting to touch her or smooch her, or it's just like sort of a crazy thing that happens here. And
there's a reason why Jazz doesn't drive here. There's a reason why we don't bring Georgia on the bike with us. So if something happens, I'm inside here and my bike gets stolen.
Oh, the determined was a toy. So, kick mommy.
you're welcome, my angel.
What are you?
You're welcome. Are they a little bit hot? Does mommy and daddy need to blow?
Daddy, blow
What
down.
did you bring for us?
This is our table. The pen.
Daddy, blow down.
Should I blow this for you?
What's this, Georgie?
Cucumber.
What's that?
Minima.
What's that?
Hummus.
What's that?
Potato.
And what's that?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower, right.
What's your favorite? Yeah.
She's not lying, eh?
No, the less few days, every day she wakes up and says, Mommy, make potatoes.
Come here. Was a toy. Happy toy.
I'm the second most traded commodity on earth, the third most consumed beverage in the world, and I'm a fruit. What am I? Let's talk coffee. But small suggestion, maybe go make yourself a cup of coffee right now, come back, turn the video back on, make this whole kind of experience more enjoyable. Why? Because I'm sitting in arguably one of the largest, most intense coffee cultures we've ever experienced. And that's saying a lot considering we visited some of the world's biggest coffee powerhouses. And without a doubt, Vietnam takes the cake. So, what do we look for in a coffee shop? Number one, good quality coffee, which you'd be surprised is a little bit harder than expected here in Vietnam. They've got coffee stands everywhere, street carts selling it, even little ladies driving bikes selling it on the back. I'm sorry to say, that's not coffee. It smells, looks, and tastes like coffee, but it isn't. So there's a lot of companies here that in the roasting process use chemicals, additives, flavor enhancers, one being butter, which I just recently found out, which as a vegan I don't support. So trying to find vegan coffee in Vietnam has been a little bit more difficult. I call it clean coffee, or a lot of people call it clean coffee. So it's been a mission trying to find that pure, old school process. Okay, so number two, location and setting. Just something that's close to home. You don't have to drive or trek across the city to get to. Something that has like a cozy, warm, inviting feeling, you know, that like nice decor inside, playing good music, gives off that smell that you just want to sit there for 5 hours. That feeling, that warm feeling that coffee shops give. We like that. So number three, service, which kind of goes without saying. You know, you get good service somewhere, you're more inclined to go back. But more so like meeting the shop owners or the families that started these companies or little cafes. You know, what was their motivation behind it, tends to bring you a greater connection to that place. At least for me, and speaking of connection, Wi-Fi, super important to us, but when you come to Vietnam, Wi-Fi, I can't complain, is really, really great in homes and the coffee shops, so you'll be set. So naturally coming out to a country like Vietnam with a coffee culture that's literally unmatched, it was only right that we make a video on this. This video is way overdue, actually. I've been wanting to make this for a long time. I shouldn't have to say this, but keep in mind, this is my opinion, okay? There's 1,001 shops, and you're going to speak to different expats, different foreigners, different locals that have 1,001 different opinions. So this is just what I look for in a coffee shop, okay? But either way, let's get into it. So the first shop I gotta bring you to is where it all began. So we're sitting inside Long Coffee right now, and I'm with an old friend. You guys might remember him. Hi. There he is, good old Chris and his friend Lam. You can see this is like a real Vietnamese, man. Like this is cool. Like we're sitting on little tiny chairs. What is this?
This is called Cafe Dan.
Cafe Dan. So I open this up.
And you waiting.
Wait.
Yeah.
Inside here is the coffee grounds. They pour some water and it slowly drip like that. And that is the rocket fuel that's going to power me through the next month, okay? I just want to show you guys, this is it. This is the finished product. There's the grounds. So it doesn't make too much. Just like basically a shot. And then you can add your ice. This is concentrated caffeine. This is strong.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this to Chris, I think. Many say this is the original coffee shop in Danang, but either way, coming here feels like taking a step back in time. It kind of has that old school diner feel of coffee shops, and it gets dubbed the always crowded cafe. And every time I've gone here, which is only a few times, it's always jam-packed, no matter what hour of the day. So number 2, this is arguably one of the busiest shops in Danang, more catered to the tourist scene. Busloads of travelers stop here as it's a popular spot located right next to the Han Market along the Han River, and we were both super impressed our first visit with the ambiance here, sort of a early 70s communist feel to it. We felt like we were taking a page out of our history books. They serve up a pretty mean coconut coffee if you're into that, and a few little snacks too. Even with all the hype it gets from like the foodie apps and TripAdvisor, I would still pay a visit here. It radiates this kind of unique vibe that we haven't experienced before. So sort of sticking with the tourist trap here, a la carte comes in at number 3. The main reason I include this on the list is A, the rooftop view, and B, because it's right around the corner from us and has been our home base for a long time. We love the staff and they treat us really, really well. They love Georgia, and they have this little bakery on the first floor that serves up some vegan loaves for us, and their coffee is delicious. But the main attraction is the rooftop, as it's been voted one of Danang's top beach rooftop views. So if you're a keener and can make the early morning sunrise, then head upstairs, grab a quick cafe denda, and enjoy the view. My only knock on this place is the cost. You're paying double the price for a coffee here. It's a 4-star hotel, so a coffee, like just a simple Vietnamese black coffee, is 70,000, $350 or something. Everywhere else in the city you'll pay half that. So splurge and then go check out the view. Okay, so I'm standing outside probably one of the most unique coffee shops in Danang. Come have a look. I really mean that, as this place has all sorts of awesomeness attached to it. I've only been here a couple times as it's a little out of the way for me, but have been lucky to sit down and chat with the owners both times. Mr. Dung and his wife have designed and converted their entire property into a work of art. The outside yard feels like you're at a kids' safety village learning all about traffic hazards and violations. They have covered every detail from road signs to the bicycle frames as your stools. Their vision was to create awareness for all the accidents and fatalities that occur in Vietnam on a yearly basis, and hopes to educate and improve on this. They don't stop there as they continue the theme into their home and down into their basement. Wow, look at this. Wow, this is unreal. Look at this. This is all sand. This is the sandy floor. Cool. An old school like Vietnamese fishing boat here. Coolest house I've seen in this country. This is amazing. They also host live music on the weekends from 8 p.m. And as for the menu, they assured me they get the finest quality coffee beans, and both times I was there I ordered the cacao nung. Again, it's a little out of the way. It's still within Santra district, but I would make a trip there. It won't disappoint. So continuing with the theme of family-run coffee shops, which I feel like most are, this next place is really close to our heart. Also really close to our apartment, as we can see it from our balcony. This shop is one of the original coffee shops that Jazz and I found here, and have been coming here on a weekly basis, not only for their great tasting coffee and mango avocado smoothies, but the family that runs it. The wife is from Saigon and the husband is from Danang. And it was their dream to open a coffee shop one day, and they talked about it for years. But when they finally settled in Danang, they decided to give it a go from the comfort of their home, and have created a very cozy and welcoming vibe. They have a quaint little terrace outside that is usually jam-packed in the early mornings, and a very modern indoor setup as you walk inside. What I also like about this place is they serve up some healthy treats as well, as they make a good quality cup of coffee, and they have the right equipment to serve up any style of coffee you desire. They definitely know what they're doing, so if you do stop by, don't hesitate. Please say hello, as this family is very, very special to us. And to top off the list is CARACOLI Coffee, which is another shop I have a soft spot for, as I've been fortunate to get acquainted and grow a sort of friendship with the owner, Hua. He was so kind to give me a complete behind-the-scenes tour of his on-site roasting procedures, which was one of the coolest experiences. He has 2 shops. One's located on Bac Dang Street, which is a more local style shop, and the more recent expansion was to the Vincom Mall on the 4th floor. This is where I usually take Georgia to after our grocery hauls. We come hang out together together upstairs. Every time I come to this shop is with Georgia, always with Georgia, right? She knows the staff here. We always sit in one of these chairs right here, and she goes, "Daddy, have coffee?" And Georgia just eats her snacks from down below, but it's weird being here without her. I wish Georgia was here right now. What I really like about CARACOLI is, of course, the top-notch taste of their coffee, but how it all happens. They don't use any additives, chemicals, or fillers to alter the taste of their product. I know when I'm here, I'm getting a great quality coffee. I do want to give an honorable mention to one shop called HONGHINH. If you guys remember a few months back, we made a video, a workout video with a good friend of ours, Duke. He's become a great family friend to us and really loves Georgia. Anyway, his dream was also to open up a coffee shop, and he recently just did that. But he just opened his doors like a month ago, so I went there and visited him a couple times. He has good quality coffee. He gets it from a credible source, but he's got a really cool vibe going on inside, kind of the hipster feel with, you know, the quotes, and the whole layout is really awesome. So again, if you're in the city and you're near the Dragon Bridge, it's on the main strip coming in from the airport, you can grab a coffee on the way into the city. Stop off, say hello to Doug. He'd love to see you. He's working there like 7 days a week. He's a super busy guy. So yeah, that's it. That rounds up the list. Again, you know, don't take our word for it. Experience the shops yourself. There's no shortage of them in the city or Vietnam for that matter. And they've even got the big chains, you know, Highlands Coffee, which is a reputable shop. They got the very first Starbucks just opened up in Danang this month. So it's on Bac Dang Street, which is at the base. The base of the Hilton Hotel has a shop there. So for the Starbucks fanatics, you're gonna get your fix. But yeah, stay tuned next week, as this is kind of like a two-part series again, where I'm gonna take you more behind the scenes, like an in-depth look of how the coffee's roasted, kind of the truths behind the is it clean, is it dirty coffee here. It's kind of exciting, but yeah, we'll hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. But I am curious, how many of you were drinking a coffee during this video, like me? Or did I stir up a coffee craving that you're gonna go make one now? Let me know. See you next week.